Hafade, Halo Algeta, Nisa Bulavanaka, and greetings from Guam, host of the 12th Festival of Pacific Arts. I'm Josh DeKenko. Over 2,500 participants from 25 different island nations and territories are here to showcase what we own, what we have, and what we share as united voices of the Pacific. Over the next half hour, we're going to bring you the colors, sights, and sounds of the festival. And one thing that's sure to catch your eye is the beautiful and impressive works of art by the island carvers of the Pacific.
Well, I'm now at a site just outside of the festival village, and it's right by the sea where they're having a carving, and this is part of the demonstration and exhibition for traditional arts. And this venue is absolutely beautiful. It's got a nice view right across to Tumon, of course the tourist center here in Guam, with the nice white sandy beaches. And at this venue we're having the carving, and the participants have been given a log of wood to work out their design on that log of wood. So let's go and check out first the New Caledonian team. Well, I'm here now with the New Caledonian team, and already they're working behind me on their wonderful piece of art. And I'm joined by Master Cover Calixto Urinia. Bonjour, Calixto.
Bonjour.
So tell us a bit about how the festival has been for you guys, and what you're working on behind us.
En fait, c'est ma troisième festival des arts du Pacifique.
It's my third Festival of Arts, and I'm very happy to be here and represent my people, the Kanak people. We are trying to not only showcase our carvings, but also our traditional way of life, which portrays the Kanak people, and that is what we want to show in this piece of wood.
On va commencer par le bas. Voilà. Ça c'est le chambral.
We will start from the bottom. The carvings here represent a mask. It is found at the entrance to our traditional house back home to protect us from evil spirits. It stops them from entering the house where we live and discuss family and tribe issues. We normally see this only in the tribes.
Quand on parle des réunions, voilà, on parle de ce qui se passe au niveau de la tribu, ce qu'on va faire dans la tribu. Voilà. C'est surtout dans les tribus qu'on se trouve. Après, ça c'est comme emblème.
This is our traditional emblem. We call this kind of animal the kagu. This kagu has two unique attributes. It doesn't fly and it barks like a dog. You will only find a kagu back home.
Il ne vole pas, il aboie. Il aboie. Voilà. Et voilà, c'est l'emblème du pays. Voilà. La Calédonie, voilà le pays. Voilà. Après, la tortue, on a représenté la tortue comme le festival.
Then the turtle, it represents the festival because the turtle swims everywhere. It goes from island to island. You'll find it back home, here in Guam and all over the Pacific Ocean. We do not eat the turtle, but only during the yam ceremony, which happens once a year.
La tortue, chez moi, voilà, il y a les masques endeuillés, il y a le masque de danse. C'est le masque.
This is another mask. There are funeral and dancing masks. But this is a traditional funeral mask. You won't find this anywhere else, only at the Jibao Center back home.
Vous allez trouver le masque. Là, on représente comme ça sur le bois. Après, là-haut, mais sinon, on n'a pas terminé.
At the top, it's not finished yet. So we'll make some feathers and they will go with the mask. Further up, the moon, the sun, and the stars. One of the elders in our delegation came to ask us if we can incorporate the sky. It will represent the old way of navigation using the stars. Our elders sailed like that before. Now they use GPS or satellite, but before they relied only on the sky.
Les étoiles, les étoiles, le soleil, la lune. Ils voyageaient comme ça, en suivant les étoiles. Maintenant, c'est les GPS, c'est les satellites maintenant. Mais avant, c'était ça.
Calixto, we're just interested to know a bit about yourself and how you got into carving, and back at home in your island or in your village. How important is carving back home?
On va faire presque peut-être
I have been carving for 25 years. Although I have a general diploma, once I touched the wood, it reminded me of my ancestors, and I realized through civilization we have lost a lot. So when I touched the wood for the first time, I got inspired, and I carve for a living now for those who request my services. I also work with school kids, trying to encourage them to take up carving. I also dance, and that's my life.
Et je vis de ça. Je fais des commandes, je travaille dans les écoles, je initie les enfants aussi. Je fais de la danse complétée. Voilà. C'est ma vie.
What's it like back home in New Caledonia? Is the art of carving still well and alive, or is it in danger of being lost?
In my town there are 3 master carvers, and in my tribe 3 young people are really interested to do carving. I also work with kids in schools, and we hope that this tradition will last. For example, I never learned to carve, but you have to have the passion for it. So it is quite hard to pass on the art of carving to the next generation, but at least we try.
And welcome back to our half-hour highlights of the 12th Festival of Pacific Arts. Traditional healing has long been practiced in the Pacific for thousands of years, but unfortunately it's in danger of dying out in some island nations and territories. But as we found out, there are some who are willing to share their skills, knowledge, and resources in an effort to preserve this ancient and sacred art form.
Half a day. We've followed the crowd here to the traditional healing hut, and I'm here with Zita Pangilinan, who's the president of the Hudson Foundation and the chair of the Traditional Healing Arts for the 12th Festival of Pacific Arts. Zita, thanks very much for your time. Tell us what's happening here today.
Here at the Gumat Zoamti, which is Chamorro for House of Healers, we are featuring the delegations of traditional healers, and all the participants that come here search for the indigenous ways of healing. For the past week, we have featured the different countries, and I also have had forums on the status of traditional healing in their countries, and are sharing each other's experiences and what's happening about traditional healing in their countries in hopes to learn in order to preserve and perpetuate our traditional healing practices throughout the Pacific. Each day we have different healers and delegates conducting healing. People would come up and share some of their ailments and stuff. So depending, the healers from different countries offer their services. You know, we have very few healers left. So we're trying to establish an apprenticeship program, establish a center, collect plants, propagate plants, and secure properties to ensure that the jungles stay intact of our medicinal plants.
I also understand that you're hoping to build stronger connection between traditional healers from around the Pacific.
Definitely. I think all the traditional healers that have come, we have 13 countries, have come and shared the value of networking, the value of sharing our experiences. So we are now talking about establishing a consortium of traditional healers throughout the Pacific. In addition, we have just passed a resolution to go to the United Nations as well as the United States about protecting all our medicinal plants and the jungles and getting access to our medicinal plants on base or the military installations, which is one of our greatest challenges.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Oh, let's go now to meet Raymond Itzimera from Nauru. Thank you very much, Mr. Itzimera, for your time today. First of all, could you describe for us what you're doing here?
Today, I'm demonstrating my medicine, which people can survive on it. Firstly, this is the pandanus root. It came out from pandanus. Get the pandanus root, the one don't touch the ground. It's for headache and anything that's happened to you, I mean, on your head. I mean, you got a pain on your head or plenty of wiring. This is the one that releases the pain. Just apply it on your head, and then it release the pain. Anytime people want me to do something to them, like what I asked them first, what's your problem? They told me. I say, okay, I'll make it for you, and I'll treat you well. I mean, I'll give you my medicine real good. I hope it will work on you and everybody else.
You mentioned this is a treatment for congestion, for headaches and things like that. Huh?
Yeah.
So what type of ingredients do you use for that? I mean, the pandanus, I understand, is one. Is that the root of the pandanus?
Yeah, the root of the pandanus is good for headaches and mostly for fever. People got fever. You can pound this, squeeze and drink the water in it. Especially when they come to me in the morning. I treat them in the morning, like in the evening, not past 6 o'clock. I should treat them before darkness, otherwise they get sick when their head get wet in the night. I mean, I treat them before sleep. Yeah, that's only twice a day, all the pain and everything. No longer than one day. Yeah.
Okay, so back in Nauru, is this sort of traditional healing practices still quite common?
Yeah, by me, I'm the only one who's been treating people there. I'm free. I give everybody what they want. I can treat them good.
And how are you? We had a conversation, and you mentioned that you are sharing your knowledge with other people so that they can learn as well.
Yeah, I visit places that back home. I tell them to write it down. Everything that I told them, they should write it down so that if they get sick, they can treat themselves or come to me. I'll explain to them what they're doing and what to do. It's a secret, but I want them to make sure it works. I mean, I want them to share this knowledge out of me for their children's children.
And how did you learn?
Family to family. My grandfather passed to my mother, and my mother gave it to me. And those old people, they gave it to me because I really interested in making this medicine.
What do you think of the opportunity to share your knowledge as well as to see how other Pacific Island countries practice traditional healing as well here at the festival?
But I'm very pleased to share this kind of thing to people so that they can survive on it.